Welcome, this is Uju Studio. I am a game developer. In Uju Studio, I make videos and tutorials on game development, and I have planned to fulfill my channel with Flax Engine beginner tutorials. What kind of tutorials, if you ask? Okay, there are let's say basic usage, level designing, coding, and many kinds of tutorials that you will get in future. I have just started these tutorials of the Flax Game Engine on Uju Studio. So if you want to get Flax tutorials whenever I upload them, you can subscribe to my channel. This way you are getting the tutorials to learn Flax Game Engine, and you can subscribe to my channel to get them. So let's discuss about parents and childs in Flax Game Engine today. First of all, I assume you have basic knowledge on Flax Engine. If you don't know how to use Flax Engine, you can learn the basics from the video that I uploaded before about Flax Engine, where I covered the basic knowledge of basic uses of Flax Game Engine. Click the link in the description or comment and go to that video to learn Flax Game Engine in case you don't know. And plus create a new project as you can see on here. I have created and opened a new project. To create a new project, you will need to create the new project button on the launcher. If you don't know how to make a new project on Flax Game Engine, you can watch the video in the description that I have put it on the description or maybe on the comments. You go ahead and watch it to learn how to create a new project. After creating a new project, you are good to go to learn the basics of Flax Game Engine. Now, how to child an object of another. The basic parenting and childing works something like this. On here, to make a first of all, let's see how to make a child and a parent. First of all, you will need to know which is the object you want to be child of a parent. First, the object you want to make child, or you'll have to select it and drag it to the one you want to parent it to. I want to make this floor child of this cube. This floor child of this cube. So to do that, you need to drag the floor to be child of the cube, to drag and drop it on the cube, and you will find that it will be inside of the floor. The floor is inside of the cube now. And let's also quickly discuss how to unchild it. To unchild it, you will have to select the child and drag and drop and unchild it by dragging and dropping to the root. This scene is the root. Now you can see the floor is not a child of the cube anymore, because it is outside of the cube now. Now let's make it, for the tutorial purpose, let's make it the child of cube again. Let's make the floor the child of cube again by dragging and dropping the floor into the cube like this. Or you can do the reverse. You can make the cube child of floor like this. Select the cube, drag and drop it into floor. Now the cube is a child of floor. For this tutorial purpose, let's make the floor the child of the cube. And then, now what will happen if you make an object child of another object? It will actually make the child affected by the transform, position, rotation, scale of the cube. If you know the basics of Flax Game Engine, so you will understand what is position, rotation, and scale, which I discussed on the tutorial video on my channel about the basics uses of Flax Game Engine. Now, the position, rotation, scale, I will shortly briefly say that this will control the position, rotation, and scale of an object to the game world. Now, the first thing is the child is affected by the parent. If you make a child, if you move the parent of that child, then the movement of parent will affect the child, such as on here. The parent is cube, the child is floor. If I move the cube, which is the parent, the floor will move with the cube, just like this. You can see how the cube's transform is affecting the floor. Otherwise, if you don't make it a child of the floor, you can see if I move the mouse on that case, the floor is not moving with the box because it is not a child of the cube anymore. But if we make it a child of cube, the parent cube's position will affect the position of the child floor. Actually, that's how the parent and child's work. So that's how the child will work with the parent, and you can also rotate it. Like the child's rotation is also affected by the parent's rotation, and even this scale is affected by the parent, like this, as you can see on here. Oh no, like this. Yes, you can see it now. That's how the parent affects the child. But a thing is, the child cannot affect the parent. If you change the child's position, rotation and scale, it won't affect the parent. You can see on here the floor, which is the child, is moving, but the parent is not moving or being affected by the cube. If you move the child, you can see on here the floor child is not moving the cube, even if the floor itself, the child itself is moving like this. That's how the parents and childing works on a game engine. Now let's discuss 3 more facts. A parent can have multiple childs. Yes, a parent can have multiple childs, such as this cube has both the child, box collider and the floor. You can also add more actors to this. Let's add another box on here like this. Now if you make it child of the cube 0 is now a child of the cube, and it has, you can see now the cube has childs named floor and cube 0 and box collider, which are all the child of the cube. These are all child of the cube. Now you can see the parent can now have multiple childs, and all the childs will be affected by the movement of parent. But the second fact is childs only have one parent. Yes, that is a fact, and true that a child has only one parent. It doesn't has 2 parents at the same time. As you can see on here, box collider have only one parent, that is cube. You cannot have another, you cannot make the parent of the box collider both the cube and the camera at the same time. The floor has the same thing. It cannot be child of both camera and cube at once. You will have to drag and drop it like this to make it a child of a parent. But you cannot have multiple parents at the same time. And the last fact that we will discuss is the childs can also have childs too, such as this cube is child of a cube. Now can we make this floor the child of this cube 0, which is already a child of this cube? Yes, the answer is we can. How to do that? Just drag and drop the floor to the cube 0, and you can see the floor is a child of cube 0, which is also a child of cube. So childs can have child. This child has a child. These childs can have childs, and that's how the parenting and childing works. And that's the basics of parents and childs in Flax Game Engine. I hope this video helped you. If it was helpful, so please hit the like button. It really let me know if a video is perfect or not, and I can improve my tutorials and help you to learn better in the future. Subscribe to my channel for more upcoming tutorials. You will learn many kinds of things, from coding to level design and also marketing a bit. This will help you to learn game development and marketing. If you encounter any problems during this tutorial series or in this video, you can let me know on the comments, and be sure to check them out. If you encounter any problems, there might be an answer on the comments. And that's all. Subscribe if you like my tutorials, and like the video if it helped you. And if you encounter any problems, you can check out the comment section. So yeah, okay, thanks for watching. We will meet on my next video. Goodbye.